love is a human right, showing love to each other.
Yeah.
That's the fact that that's at the core of this, and there are people from every country. Doesn't that just show you that we're humans are just wonderful creatures, and we all just want love and
Yes.
goodness, really?
Yes. And you know what, I think when you know, there's so many virtual races out there now, obviously, with everything going on with COVID, but you know, especially this race is just so powerful knowing, again, that it's taking place literally on every corner of the world and that we're all uniting for this one specific cause. And so even though everyone might be running on their own, it's this really powerful feeling that we are all in this together. That's just, yeah, it's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we've already had so certain people are doing it at different times simply
Yes.
because of certain restrictions or
Yeah.
whatever, whether that's with COVID or whatever, and seeing the videos, the
Yeah.
pictures come in,
Yeah.
and just the landscapes. Ignore the people that are involved, like the different
Yeah.
landscapes you see, and it's just like, oh wow. And then you put the people in it as well, and we've had, obviously we've got people doing solo runs because of the restrictions, or we've got smaller groups.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine did a run, Joe Yarg. She's got having chemotherapy this week, so she couldn't take part, but she did it last week.
Yeah.
And a little group of supporters around her. But then we've had things in Burkina Faso and Cameroon where we've had hundreds of people moving through the streets, all wearing their
Face mask.
masks and everything like this to make sure everything's groovy. But that just really brought it to home, and it's been really quite special. So let's get back to you, because when you were reaching this 30th year of your life, what was it that what made you think running was going to be a good way to build up to that and reach out to it?
You know, I think right before I started this project, I was working a job, really long hours. I actually had to give up running just because my work sort of consumed my life, and I just had this month-long break. I actually got married and took a bit of time off, and it was during this time that I realized just how much I missed running. And I was also just like, what am I doing with my life? I felt ready to do something completely crazy, and so I came up with the idea to run 30 marathons, 4:30. I had already run 10 marathons, so I had 20 left to go in like a year and a half's time. And I got back from this trip, my honeymoon, and I literally went to work, quit my job, which is like, in retrospect, now knowing all the things, like all the, the difficult processes that were involved with the project, there were many times where I not regretted that decision, but it was a little bit impulsive, I would say. But and I just decided to go for it, and just knowing that, even if I didn't make it to the end, it would be an incredible journey. I would learn so much about myself, obviously meet so many amazing people along the way, and and I'm glad I stuck through it. Again, it was truly the biggest marker of my entire life now, and it's definitely determined sort of what I want to do going forward. And so, yeah.
Is it you make a kind of spur of the moment decision well, really, it was just to get running back into your life, isn't it? And your whole life's trajectory, I think, I follow you on social media and I see all the beautiful things you post, and your whole life has taken a whole different journey, like from where you were heading, and now, there's always a big smile on your face. So obviously, like we all, you're doing these things, like doing things that are slightly different. They're hard, aren't they? There's down moments and tired moments and all that sort of stuff. But it's, like for us guys, like today, the day just is the moment. It just, it's just this realization in your brain, like this is actually, it's all worthwhile. The pain, it's just like a run, the pain, the suffering. You get to the finish line, it's like, oh, that's why I was doing that. Yeah.
And I think, sorry, go ahead.
There you go.
I think with this project too, of course, originally I came up with the whole running 30 marathons for 30, but I think what made my project infinitely more powerful is when I connected sort of the running with a cause. And I think if I had just run 30 marathons, you know, that would have been exciting for myself, but it just would not have felt as personally fulfilling. So I think even attaching it to a cause and, you know, sort of working with all the NGOs that I did over the course of my project, that's absolutely what gave it so much meaning as well. So that's just what's so cool about running, how you can really attach it to something that's so much bigger than you just putting one foot in front of the other. Like, that's truly what is so empowering about it overall.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly that. And you just see these NGOs, the charities, they're just doing so much good in the world, aren't they? That it's kind of humbling in that our little runs can play a part in this greater good that can happen in the world. And you know, just our 5 charities, No Hate, No Bully, Do Something, Know Your Rights Camp, UNICEF. They're updating us all the time with all the amazing things that they're able to do in this world. And yeah, I just the fact that they're devoting this time, this energy to that it's just so phenomenal. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great. Liz, I want to ask you one question before you go, because you've obviously run 30 marathons in all sorts of different places in the world. So you know what it's going to be like, but a certain number of the people that are out there. What would you say, like, if you could speak to the masses, what is the one piece of advice you would give them when they're setting out today, whether it's to do a 200-meter walk down the road and back again, or whether it's to try and run 10 kilometers or 10 miles within their hour? What advice would you give?
You know, to take a deep breath and just enjoy the process. I think, you know, when someone is training for their first marathon or even their first K, they're so wrapped up around just getting to the end point. And I think the journey, you know, the whole process of starting and the middle point and all the highs and lows, it's what makes it such a powerful moment in your life. And I think we just need to soak in each and every moment. Look at your surroundings, look at the people around you, look at their emotions. You know, running a race is such a, it's such a complex situation that people find themselves in a beautiful way, where there's just so much going on. There's the emotion, there's the surroundings, there's how you're feeling physically, emotionally to yourself. So, you know, I think just, again, have that pause moment right before you start and be grateful that you're in the position that you can take on this run as well, because I think that's also something we need to constantly remind ourselves of, that I'm here right now. Running a race is such a beautiful thing. And so yeah, just go out and enjoy the process, I guess I would say, and don't get too caught up on results or timing or this or that. But yeah,
there's so many hearts flying up over the screen for what you're saying from the people who are listening. So I think you're touching a nerve, and I think your advice has been taken on, and it's the same thing that people have been saying, that everyone else that we've been speaking to has been saying as well. So it's really, really nice. Just enjoy it. That's why we do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And exactly. Finally, where are you going to be running?
I'm going to be running in Paris. We still have restrictions. We can't really travel too far from our home here. I think it's a 1 kilometer radius, or maybe that's changed. Maybe we can go beyond 1 kilometer now, but it'll just be around my neighborhood here. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, there's worse neighborhoods to be running around than a Parisian one, isn't there? So
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Danny. Thank you, and good luck today. Where are you going to be running?
Well, we're kind of on live quite a lot of the day, so I might take a little trot around the garden at one point just to make sure that I earn the medal that will be put onto round everyone's neck. I don't want to wear that without having done my little bit. So
yeah.
That would be amazing.
Cool. Awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Liz,
thank you, Danny, so much.
Thank you.
And
best of luck tonight.
Thank you, and congratulations again on organizing such a beautiful event.
Brilliant. What a joy.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye, Danny.
Bye.